everyone, I'm Aria and welcome to another speed building video in The Sims 4. So today we are building my entry for Miss Unfortunate's Shell Challenge to celebrate 1000 subscribers and followers on YouTube, Twitter and Instagram. Miss Unfortunate's own build with this shell is probably something that I would have done myself. As most of you know, that's kind of my area that I like to build in, my comfort zone, and so I wanted to do something completely different. And when I first saw this shell, for some reason my mind looked at the bridge section in the middle and just thought bus. I don't know why, I don't know where that came from. It doesn't end up as a bus, but that was kind of, I don't know where my mind was at when I first looked at it. So I thought I would have a look on YouTube and see what other people had done that I could incorporate my kind of bus idea into, and I found a couple of different videos that people had created, like cyberpunk cities or junkyards, that sort of thing, and I didn't really want to do like exactly the same. I didn't want to like outright copy them, so I thought I would change it slightly and make it more of like a junk city. So I like all of the signs and things that we have in the game, so I've used all of those, or like the neon lights and everything, but I've used quite a lot of the things from Journey to Batu and other items that we have in game that kind of just look like junk and kind of created like a little junk city, as I said. So what I have included, there's actually quite a lot in this build, so what I have included is 2 fully furnished apartments. There is a third that I guess you could say it's a TLC apartment. It's not furnished, it's just trashed. There is like a sheriff's office or like a police station, a doctor's clinic, a bar, a restaurant or a cafe. It's very tiny where I kind of have that bus section roof at the moment. I do later take that off. Yeah, so there's a restaurant or a cafe type thing in there, and then next door is a bar and a shop, and on the like bottom floor there's like a little garage or a mechanic's workshop and a nightclub. So there's quite a lot in here. And there is, in the tower, I should mention, there's like a little secret room. So I have built this in Strangerville, as you can probably see. So I've just put a couple of different bits and pieces up in the tower. Obviously it's very small and you can't really get much in there, but I have put like some sciencey based things in there. So with the junk theme in mind, I tried to pick items that had a kind of dirty or grungy kind of color swatch to them. So quite a lot of the items that I have used are from Get to Work. I also tried to pick items that were animated in some kind of way, so the fans that I have used, or like consoles that had blinking lights, that sort of thing. I kind of feel like with these types of builds it just kind of brings it to life a little bit more. I do later delete this giant green thing behind. I originally wanted it to look very I don't know, construction-y. That's not a word. But yeah, and I later kind of go with more of a city theme. I probably would have moved it to San Myshuno, but I'd already done quite a lot of like the exterior at this point, and it was a little bit kind of too big to fit on the lot that's there, so I end up leaving it here. But the story that I have written on the gallery, I think it fits. I add a lot of these platforms around to create like a pavement type situation. I do add these walls like I have here, but I end up deleting them because obviously don't want to add anything to the exterior walls. I double checked the rules for this challenge several times, so I really hope that that is okay. It didn't mention anything about adding platforms and things on the outside. I've also added kind of it's I guess it does class as a basement, but it's not accessible. It's just for decorative purposes, so I'm hoping that that's not against the rules, but I completely understand if it is. But yeah, I tried to stick with them as best I could. So I use these little like strip things, I don't remember what they're called, from Spa to create the like road markings. I use the yellow swatch, even though it's not really the yellow that I wanted, all the way around like next to the road edge. And I use the white swatch in the middle, and then the thicker, I guess it's like a swim lane marker, I think, like the thicker white one to create like a zebra crossing type situation, as you will see in just a moment. So this is basically the design that I went with in the end. I do add them all the way around the like this section of the build, to create kind of like a loop all the way around this building, and then I add quite a lot of they're debug buildings. I don't remember whether they're from City Living or Get Famous. I've probably used some from each. I think it's Get Famous that there's like a garage debug item that I've used twice, and they're quite small. So they don't look particularly realistic because I've had to size them down to kind of fit the road. But you'll see. But I think they give like a really cool effect. I haven't play tested this, I should probably mention that. So I can't guarantee that everything is gonna work, but I'm hoping. I will playtest it eventually, but as of this video being uploaded, I have not playtested it just yet. I will probably do that before I upload it, just to kind of double check that, you know, I like things to be playable, so I do want to make sure. This doctor's office in particular, it's pretty small, so I'm not sure whether they'll be able to use the beds in there, but I'm hoping. So what you kind of will see in that little tour at the end could be different if you choose to download it. So this section that we've just skipped over, the bridge area where I've just put those orange doors, I changed those out a little bit, so I end up putting the open chef's table where this like caravan door is. I've watched a lot of Hell's Kitchen lately and I really enjoy it, so I kind of wanted to include something like that. Originally I think that was going to be like an apartment or something, once I kind of scrapped the bus idea, and then I was like, actually no, I want like a restaurant or a cafe or something, so I end up putting the open chef's station in there and put like a little bar area out on the patio balcony section. And the shop where the orange doors are, there's like a bar on the left hand side and then like a tiny little junk shop on the right hand side. I've literally just filled it with anything and everything that I can possibly find that just looks really random. So there's quite a lot of, yeah, just junk in there. As you can probably see the chaos that is going on in the front of this lot, I tried to build this maybe like a week ago, just over a week ago, and I don't actually know how far I got because my PC crashed and I lost like a lot of it. I lost quite a lot of it, so I had to start from scratch because I was silly and didn't save it. And I could have used the footage, but by that point it just kind of was, I don't know, it just looked really random because I didn't know where I was and it was just too stressful. So I just decided to start again. But I'd already picked out all of the items that I had wanted to use, and I spent several hours going through all of the different catalogs and the debug menu trying to find items that had the right kind of color and like look to them. So that's why I started with all of this randomness in the beginning. Some of it I don't use, some of it I end up deleting, but I do use quite a lot of it, and I did find that it was quite helpful to go through the menu before I even started and find all of the things. So that light that you just saw up there, this one is a debug item from Strangerville, and I didn't realize that it moved. I thought that it was just like a weird kind of static object that did nothing. So I was quite pleased when the first time round when I was building this I found that it moved, so I definitely had to include it in this. I've used the tool mod to lower it down into the room below, so it's on the very top level. So when you kind of are looking at this build on the like top level, it's not there until you go up to like the roof level, and then it like suddenly appears, which I think is really cool. I had real issues with these spotlights for some reason. This one worked, and then when I placed another one it wouldn't work, like the light just wouldn't come on, and I don't really know why. But when I then I placed it on the ground and it wouldn't work, so I cloned it and then that one worked, so I don't really know what happened. But yeah, I have moved that, it's not up there anymore, it's kind of over to the right hand side, and that one does work. So as you can see, I have now swapped all of this around. I think this is pretty much how it stays. I add quite a lot more decoration to it, but generally that's where the door and everything is gonna go. I think this table is from Discover University, and then the chairs are from Journey to I kept on getting all of these townies just like appearing in the middle of my build. And being that it's in Strangerville, I couldn't talk to any of them to make them go home, because it was just like try to talk, because they were, I don't know, affected by the mother plant, which is very irritating because I would very much like them to just go away. I didn't even have like a welcome to Strangerville thing, I don't think. It was just like random people just showed up, which is very annoying. So I have used I think it's a rug swatch from Get Famous, these little like cracks in the road. I wanted it to look like, I didn't want the road basically to just cut off at the edge of the lot. I wanted it to look like it was just not used anymore. I don't know. So I end up using these and kind of change the squares of the road out just to kind of make it fit. I add this Journey to bollard in the middle of the road, and I eventually add a jungle adventure like sign. It's got quite a lot of cool things on it, so I thought it kind of looked like a do not enter sign. Even though obviously I want people to live here, but it's kind of like a, you know, this is the place where the people of Strangerville come when their families don't want to deal with them anymore. So I don't know. I'm also playing Fallout 3 again, and I kind of liked the idea of Underworld. For anyone who has played and knows what I mean by that, kind of like a refuge kind of place for the misunderstood. I liked the idea of that, and this is kind of what I had in mind when I was building it. So underneath these like drain vent things is where I've built the like basement rooms, like I said earlier. All I've done with those is put like a little steam vent down there, and fortunately they are still blowing bubbles, which is not what I wanted at all. I just wanted steam. I don't want bubbles. But we have bubbles coming out of the vent, so we'll just have to deal with that. But you know, I think it looks pretty cool, and I've tried to put them underneath the like manhole covers too. I add I think I've got one at the moment, and I think I add another 2, and I just think they look really cool. They add like another, I don't know, realistic detail. So this is like the basement kind of rooms that I have. You'll see on the gallery there's like 4 or 5 rooms that's just got steam vents in. But yeah, I think they look really cool. I also really like how this place lights up at night. I've added quite a lot of like the neon signs and things, even though there's no kind of shop attached to it. It's just kind of a random, you know, neon sign added for no reason because I thought it looked cool. And I was thinking of the I'm not sure if it's a museum or whether it's like just a junkyard place that people can go in Vegas where all of the old lights are, and I've never been, but I have really wanted to go for a while, and I thought that kind of, I don't know, I liked that idea of that in this. So there's quite a lot of signs and things that kind of look a bit strange because they're not really attached to the correct building. But you know, I think they look really cool. I like all of like the sciencey things I've added on the top of the left hand building. The little science place is not usable. There's like nothing in there that's usable. But I have added a couple of cool things in there, so if you download it you'll be able to see them. I couldn't really get the camera in there because it's such a tiny space and it's up so high, it just jumps around all over the place. But the same with some of the other rooms. I've decided to do like a little tour at the end of this video because I couldn't quite get the screenshots that I wanted, because everything is, you know, quite small. I've just decided to do like a little tour thing, so I hope you will enjoy that. That's coming up very soon as we are almost finished. All I really do now is add a lot of eco lifestyle trash around the place. On the back here, I don't know if you'll be able to see it in the tour actually, but I've added like a little alien thing from Journey to Batu. I don't know what that's all about. I just thought it was really cool. It's in like a tank thingy. It looks like a frog, like an alien frog. And if you size the tank down, the like animated frog thing doesn't size down, so just the tank does, and it looks really cool. So yeah, we're just adding lots of graffiti and everything everywhere. But yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please let me know what you think and give this video a thumbs up if you do like it, and if you haven't already, I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe. I do things like this on my channel quite a lot. This specifically, I don't think I've done this style before, but kind of that fantasy vibe is what I enjoy. So yeah, I hope you have liked it, and hopefully I will see you all next time. Bye everyone.